Alright guys, this is a day one update. I was trying to capture something here on the screen, but looks like I got something in the front of it here. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, good. So here we have some automation running here on my laptop. Next to this is a laptop I don't even use, but this is some automation running for the COTPS program. Crypto over-the-counter OTC, crypto OTC trading platform. This is the one I mentioned yesterday that cycles through arbitrage transactions. If you missed that one, you can find the next earliest video. And here on the screen, I'll have to refresh this when this gets done, but you see here on the screen now, wallet balance 3571. I'm one day in, and if I go to, let's see, let me go over here and then details of fund. Today is March 16th. I don't know why it says 3:14. Oh, because it's 1 a.m. That's why. So I guess I got this in just under the wire on the 14th, but it's been a little over a day. So I funded it with 34.65 is what ended up coming through. And now there's 35.71 plus another 21 from what you just saw running on the automation there. There's a video, I'll put a link below where I show you how this is actually done with the manual process. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep doing updates so you guys can see what's happening with it. Basically what this does is it's a software that searches crypto exchanges for prices of coins across, I don't know how many exchanges it searches for, but there are exchanges all over the world. And what it's doing is it's looking for the same coin in different exchanges with a price difference. In other words, it's selling for lower on one exchange and higher on another. And what it does is it gathers that data and it presents it to you to tell you that if you'd like to complete this order, what we'll do is we'll buy that crypto for you on the cheaper exchange and we'll sell it on the more expensive exchange, and you can keep the difference and we'll keep our fees. I mean, that's basically my understanding of what's happening here. So they're doing an arbitrage, kind of like if you put an ad on eBay for something for a significantly higher price than what it's selling for on Walmart, and then when somebody bought it on eBay, you then went to Walmart and ordered it and had it shipped to them, right? So there's no, you don't really have to take possession of the item. With this, it does take some funds to get these transactions happening. So as I said, it doesn't, I put 3,400 in yesterday, but it doesn't take, you can do, I think, tiny amount. Just, I don't know what the startup amount is. I think the minimum's real small, like $20 or something, but I mean, I guess you could build up from $20, but I mean, come on, if you don't have a few $100s to put into something like this, you probably shouldn't be doing it. What it does is it pops up a window and it says, here, we found this match, and if you'd like to do it, here's how much of your funds it's going to take. It's going to tie up those funds, and it's going to tie these funds up for about 2 hours and 12 minutes. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes while those transactions reconcile. After the 2 hours and 10 minutes or so, this in the transaction section will go back to zero, and your wallet balance will go back to its full amount. So basically it'll be this plus the 2138 that it just earned automatically over here. Now this automation script I showed you is not part of this. It's just a totally separate third-party thing that our team put together. That's available for our team members only, and only for those who fund 1,000 USDT or more into this account here. Now, I'm not even necessarily recommending that you do this. I'm not a financial advisor or an investment advisor, so don't take any of this as advice. This is just my observation. This is my experience. I'm showing you what I'm doing with it. So we're looking at, I would say, we're a little over 24 hours, but 35.71 and then 34, what was it, 34.65 was the initial funding. Okay, so $106 plus 21, right? So it's $127. So I basically made $127 in one day, and I didn't do anything. I mean, honestly, the first couple runs, the first run I did manually here, just to experience what it was like. The second one I did manually to make a video to show you how it worked yesterday, what I posted. All the rest of them have been run by this automation over here. Because if you think about, you don't want to have to wake up every 2 hours and 10 minutes while you're sleeping. You don't want to have to, if you're at work, you don't want to have to like take a bathroom break to do this every 2 hours. If you're doing it around the clock and you can manage to get the automation in place, then you're getting 10 or 11 of these cycles a day. And so this cycle was 210. Well, what happened for me was I set up the automation, and someone recommended I should do it on a VPS, so it's just running all the time and I don't have to worry about my computer being used. And I thought, well, I'm never using this computer anyway, so what's the difference? I'll just run on the computer. And then last night, when I went out of office, I left it running. And I woke up this morning to check my balance, and it was the same. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I thought, the script wasn't working or something. And I came in here and I saw my kid had closed my laptop, right? It was nighttime, and I guess she got up to use the restroom or something. She saw the light from the laptop coming under the door of my office here because it's in the hallway. And she was like, oh, why did he leave that on? So she closed it, which cost me like $80, like literally $80. But, it's not that big a deal. But I had to explain to her, yeah, you need to leave that running. So that right there, that would have covered the cost of the VPS for, 5 months, basically, if I had just set it up on there. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you do happen to become a team member and you fund $1,000 or more and you get set up with the script. You just want to make sure that everybody in the house knows if you're using that computer, that's what that computer is for. Don't touch it, right? The other thing is if your internet goes out or your power goes out or whatever, you're going to have to reconnect and restart the whole thing. So VPS is probably the way to go. But this is really an exciting time, guys. I've been helping people start online businesses since 2008. I started in the home business space in 97. Really in 98 is when I got my wings and started doing really well and started coaching people and, doing just full-time recruiting and coaching. And I haven't done it all the way through that whole time. I did a number of years of volunteer work in between, and I did some marketing for natural health care clinic at one point. But this is really fascinating because we've gotten to a point now in our world where the AI and the machine learning have advanced enough, and there's enough brilliant people to create stuff like this. I mean, think about the genius of this. Somebody looked at this and said, there's a lot of coins, there's a lot of crypto, there's a lot of different ones popping up. And there's a lot of exchanges, and there's more exchanges popping up all the time. I wonder if different exchanges sell the same coin for different amounts. And if they do, I wonder if we can buy them over here and sell them over here, eliminate the whole waiting, trading and following trends thing, and just make a quick buck. And then they realize they must have that, oh my God, there's so many coins and there's so many price differences. There's so many exchanges. And guess what? There's new ones coming out all the time, right? Any schmuck can go out and create their own coin. Obviously, not all of them are going to take, but it doesn't really matter. As long as there's exchanges out there that are buying and selling them, allowing you to buy and sell them, and that coin has a price difference, you can make money. This is one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen. And as someone who's I traded Forex for a number of years. As someone who's been like glued to screens, watching charts and trying to make predictions, this is so easy in comparison. So all the fees are factored in. It looks to me when they do the transactions and they show you the final profit that you're going to make on each transaction, all their fees are already calculated into that. So you just see what you're earning from that. Now on these, it gives you a log of everything that happened, and it's in military time and it automatically detects your time zone. But it shows you on these, the first transaction we made $4.39, the second transaction we made $3.60, the third $1.82, the fourth 68 cents, the fifth 18 cents, and the last one only 2.7 cents. So you say, well, my God, why would you mess with 2 cents? It's just that you're going to use everything that's in your wallet to cycle through the whole thing until the wallet goes down, until this right here gets below $5, and it won't let you transact anymore. So that's one cycle. And I don't know, maybe if it was, the last transaction was going to make you 2 cents, it wouldn't be worth it. But the thing is, you're there anyway looking at it. It's not any faster to close the window and cancel it than it is to press the button to accept it. So you just run it all the way down. Now you can do that manually. And I mean, you could do, during your waking hours, you could probably do 8 of them, 7 or 8 of them maybe, depending on how much you sleep and how occupied you are. But the automation's nice because I can go about my workday, my parenting, my household stuff. I don't have to worry about it. I just know that it's running. I come in here every so often. So that was in one day. We made, what did I say, $121? It would have been pushing 200 right from day one had my laptop not gotten closed last night. So I'm really pleased with that. And the thing is, it's not a giant amount of money that I started with in there. Some of you might go, oh, geez, that's a lot of money. I don't have that much money. But it's really not for something that's passive, for being a capitalist, right? Because you're putting capital in and you're trying to use capital to make capital. And anybody can do that. I mean, you can buy a used car for cheap and sell it for an extra $500 if you can find a buyer. It's just a question of the work that you got to put in. So it's a totally legit concept, and I love it. The fact that it's automated like this, it's just brilliant. This is something I would say, if you have any money sitting in savings, this could be a cool thing for you. Now, I can't make any recommendations. I can't vouch for these people. I don't really know personally anybody who made the site or who did any of the coding. I can tell you that everything's working perfectly, and it's right on time, and it's doing exactly like it's supposed to do, and it's gaining about, what would that be? We'll call it 190 divided by 3465. Well, that's more than 3%. If we take out the time I missed for the, because my laptop was closed, we just consider the ones that I actually did, that's about 3% for the day. So that's what I was told by the people who introduced me to this, that it was producing about 3% per day. But it looks to me like that's probably applicable to people who are doing this manually. It looks to me like if the automation is running, you're getting more cycles in, it's going to be more than 3% per day. But I kind of ran my projections out at 3%. So that can get pretty sizable after a while. But again, if this is something you want to participate in and you'd like to work with us and join through my link, all you got to do to get access to the automation is make sure you fund it with at least 1,000, and that's USDT is how you fund these things. It's Tether, and it's all across the TRC20 network. So if you don't know what that means, USDT is just a cryptocurrency that's pegged to the dollar. So it's about the same as the US dollar in value. I mean, if it might be off a few times during the day, but it's like 99.9% close to the US dollar. So if you put $1,000 in, you're basically putting 1,000 USDT in. And whatever crypto wallet you use to do that's probably going to have a little bit of a fee. If you're buying Tether with USD, the fee on my wallet's 0.8%. So you fund it with Tether via the TRC network, and when you go to withdraw, you also withdraw Tether via the TRC20 network. That's the only options there is for that. And there's also a nice referral program on this. I posted the YouTube video and told a couple people about it, and I did have quite a few people enroll. So it's 15%, 10%, and 5%. So if you think about it like this, so if somebody refers through, if you refer somebody, which it's like, why would you not? It's like income source without having to work for it. 15% of what they earn, you would earn as well. It would compound in your wallet, or not compound, but it would be allocated to your wallet. So, if they earn for the week, if they earned 1,000, you basically make an extra 150 off theirs because you referred them to it as well. That's not really why I got into this. I really got into this because I just wanted somewhere to put my money where it wasn't decaying rapidly from inflation. But it's such a cool thing that I figure, why keep it to yourself? You share it with other people. Now this, from what I understand, has been around since 2019. I'm not sure why more people don't know about it. Looks like it's catching on now, and then of course people like me telling other people about it. I usually, when we have deals like this that they make sense, I usually end up referring quite a lot of people to them. So I think probably what's going to happen in the next year or two is like everybody's just going to know what it is. And I'm not sure why anybody wouldn't use it. I don't particularly see how there's any real risk other than the possibility that someday maybe if they get enough money, the people who control this maybe could just disappear with the money, do what's called a rug pull. But they're making fees. If they're making fees off each transaction, I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they would choose to live the rest of their life out as criminals, criminal fugitives, when they're already doing so well. And the customer support's fast and responsive, and they have some licensing. They have an MSB number that you can look back and a location. So it looks really good to me. But again, if you choose to participate, that's all your own idea. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Don't take any of this as a recommendation. I'm not vouching for them. I'm not a financial advisor or investment advisor. You got to make your own decisions about stuff like that. And please don't put money into something like this if it's going to make it hard to feed your family or pay the bills. So that's day one. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll let the automation run all night. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a bigger gain. But I'll keep you guys posted. Okay.